Peace and blessing, family. I wanted to take a moment to read a clip out of the article, The Final Call. And it's an interview that was done by the brother Willie Muhammad with Killer Mike. A lot of us who are familiar with Killer Mike, we know that Killer Mike is a very smart brother. But let me get into this article, because this article is really about men, man. It's about black men, it's about black fathers, it's about black struggle, the black psyche, the black challenges, But again, this is the man, he talking about his perspective, and I think this is very significant for so many brothers, because, and the women that love these brothers, because a lot of times a brother is left in a position where he can't really cry out, because at some point or another, his cries or his grievances or his concerns is graded as being weak or too much, or you think too much, you say, all these kind of things. So with all of those different ways of grading his concerns, it leaves a man in a position to where he just stopped talking. He just started bearing the burden. And at some point or another, that burden will release itself in some form or fashion. Some men cheat, some men leave the relationship, some men die, way before their time, because of these burdens that are being buried, that they're not able to get resolved through intellectual conversations, through a respectful conversation. This brother says, I start to learn that being a man is being willing to accept the burden you will never even be acknowledged for having carried, because you accept the lead of a household. You accept the caretaking of your mother and sister. You accept taking care of your wife and children. Many times it's thankless. It's not even seen. It's not something that's honored, in many times it'll put you in a position before you become the man who you are supposed to be. You go through a lot of trials and tribulation, learning how to be that man. And sometimes maybe it's being closed off in a room, whether it's a moment to pray or whether it's a moment to just sit and meditate as a man. It overcomes you and you weep. And you don't weep out of weakness. You weep to let go of whatever burdens or whatever struggle. Because on the other side of that door, I got a woman dependent on me. I got children dependent on me. I have co-workers or a team dependent on me. And you get so used to being the rock that, man, you've oftentimes forgotten to release. So for me, I just realized that I wasn't alone in the bathroom talking to myself some mornings. I'm gonna tell you, man, the reason why this resonates so much and why this is so powerful to me, one, in my daily experience and my interaction with brothers that I know, I've had brothers confide these things in me. I had brothers who didn't go to prison, who living by the way of the system, doing what they felt was required, doing what they have to do in this system to be able to provide for self, to be able to provide for the woman they love and the children that they have, right? Yet and still, even in their household, his voice isn't really respected. I heard a brother one time, and one of the things I remember the brother told me, he said, yeah, man, he asked me about the whole sage thing. And it was on the news one time, so that was doing the whole COVID thing and all that. And so he said, man, I want to do it, but I know that I'm going to be questioned. Like, the household going to kind of flip out, so I got to wait and let my wife do it. Because whatever she do, they just accept. In my perspective, it's not really fair that a man who really is equally as important, right? I want to say that, but also clarifying that under the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, of course, 70% of the teaching goes to the woman. Why? Because she is the first teacher of the children. Why? Because if she's off the scene, or if the man is off the scene, no matter where she go and where she's at, she still has to teach her children, and she's also the foundation of the community. Where she's at intellectually, where she's at spiritually, it's going to have a large effect on what the community looks like. And so I wanted to also clarify that I do understand, I do know the woman is very significant. But I'm saying, like, in relation to building nation, the man and the woman are equally significant. He can't do it by himself. She can't do it by herself. And that's been proven. All you got to do is look around. An individual might grow to be a decent human being according to the measurement of this system. But who is this individual according to the measurement of the Most High? What their life really like when it comes to the way they deal with other human beings, the way they deal with their parents. Again, how much of what is obligated of them in their lifetime, how much of that has they fulfilled in their lifetime? according to the Most High. See, many of us, we rate and judge our level of success by material gain, by things that we have set for ourselves to attain. You know, I've done that, I've been pretty successful. Everything I got my mind set to, I do. But how much of what Allah, the Most High, has set for you to do that you do? How many of us actually spend time reflecting on what the Most High wants me to do with my life? Why am I put here? We're not put here just to go and chase material things. We're not put here just to chase pleasure, to do what makes us happy. Because what makes us happy should be in coincidence with what makes the Most High happy, right? But a lot of us have been programmed by a satanic mindset, in a sense, you know, a devilish mindset. What I'm saying is, I'm saying by the way of this world. I'm saying by the system that's been created and established in this world. A world that presently isn't a world that reflects the pleasures of the Most High, doesn't reflect the intentions or the design of the Most High. And so for many of us, we have graded our levels of success, our agendas based on that. But again, man, I really wanted to read that because, again, it's I feel like for a lot of brothers today, it is very relevant. It's very relevant. And I would say to individuals who love these black men, you know, that's a conversation that you really have to start having in your house. And even beyond that, it's one that has to be truly respected and valued. You know, one of the things I would always say, even before I got married, one thing I've always said was that give an individual what you want in return. Give an individual what you want in return. Treat an individual how you want to be treated, right? Don't treat an individual how you are treated. Treat an individual how you want to be treated. And if an individual doesn't give you back, doesn't reciprocate, doesn't return that which you've invested, then don't shift who you are. Don't shift your energy. Don't change to that. But instead, you have to then make a decision. You have to make a decision to say if that's something that you want to continue to deal with. In no relationship are two people are maturely on the same level of love. At any given point, when you realize that your level of love is more mature than your mate's, then you have a decision to make. Why? Because the one whose love is more mature, right? And this is a decision you have to make. You either choose to stay, deal with it, or you have to decide to go. But once you realize that, you have to understand that you're going to suffer a lot until that individual's love reaches the level of maturity that reciprocates your type of love. So again, for a lot of the brothers who really can connect with that, who really can say, hey man, yeah, I feel that, I've been through that, I go through that, or whatever the case may be. Again, man, this is a conversation. And for many black men, I've opened up groups. I've tried to get brothers to let's meet up. Let's start a psychological, emotional health group. And a lot of brothers just aren't participants. You know, we're not participant in our own development when it comes just for us. And this is a problem. You see, a lot of sisters are one of the reasons why that they have evolved and are materially or whatever successful in the ways that they are is because sisters are helping each other. Sisters are working together to be better. But a lot of brothers aren't doing that with each other and for each other. And we have to take that upon ourselves to do what's necessary for our development. We can't keep talking about it. We can't keep agreeing about it. We can't keep ego tripping with each other. You can't be feeling like, if I'm vulnerable with my brother, you know, he know my weakness and whatever. Because you have to connect with brothers that extend out a heart of brotherhood to you. And that's one of the things that I would definitely say. Again, man, that's something that we have to do. But all that being said, peace and blessings, man. Anybody have any comments, please don't hesitate to comment in the comment section. And you can email me also whatever questions you have, as well as any ideas you may come up with or have, as well as like and share, man. That helps this thing, you know, populate and get going. Because this is also one of my objectives. Be it the will of the Most High, you know, be it fitting and meeting his pleasure as well. With all that being said, peace and blessings. Have a good one.